Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Fonta, Flora Brewing Company out of Morganton, North Carolina. I'm really excited to have this today because they released this a couple months ago, but it was they didn't even have it at the brewery at first. It got distribution, but because it got distribution, I didn't jump at it right away. I figured, I can just get it the next time I'm at Fauna. And then I went there and they were out of it, and then they had it, but it was in-house only, which I don't get. I guess it was pretty limited. They probably rebrewed this since that was a couple months ago. I'm not really sure. But anyways, I wanted to get a couple bottles of this because I did have it one other time. It was on tap as a guest tap at a different brewery, and I really liked it. So I wanted to get some bottles and do a proper review. So what this beer is, it's called Whippoorwill, which is actually the name of the farm, the old dairy farm that their new production facility is located. So the description is ale brewed with oranges, coriander, and Earl Grey tea. So basically it's a in the vein of a Belgian wit with those things added. And the one thing I found interesting is it says on the back, crisp and clean, do not age. So I can't think of a specific reason why I would choose to age this. I don't know that it would particularly get better with time, but I also think it's an odd choice for them to specifically say do not age it. It's not like there's a bunch of hops in it or anything, so I don't see why this would deteriorate that much over time, at least in the short run, within 2 years. Maybe it's just because it says crisp and clean, so there's not it is unpasteurized, but I guess because it doesn't have the wild culture, they're worried about it dropping off quicker. I'm not sure. Anyways, this is a 4.5 ABV too. I'm feeling this one might be heavily carbonated, but we'll see. It's a really nice picture of the label there. So anyways, as you can see, it pours a cloudy, I would say a cloudy straw color with a thin white head. The aroma, you definitely get a lot of oranges in it for sure. There is a little bit of the coriander. I don't know that I would specifically say that I'm picking up the tea, but to me, tea doesn't really have a strong aroma. Because I've had hoppy beers with Earl Grey tea in it, and I usually can't really tell that it's in it. And there definitely is a little bit of a yeasty, estery quality to it too. That's yeah, so this is definitely not wild, which I remembered it not being, but sometimes my memory can deceive me because it has been a while since I had it. I would say it is definitely staying true to the style in that it has that orangey coriander character. It definitely has a traditional wit yeast background, but it's a lot more bright than traditional wits are, in my opinion. It's very carbonated, which wits usually are on the higher level of carbonation, but I would say this is even higher than that. And the orange is it's not like orange juice, it's more like orange zest, or orange peel, like bittered orange peel kind of. But it's really bright up front, and then it kind of drops off into this pretty dry finish. It's definitely not sweet at all. That's one thing I did. Some wit beers, like American versions, end up being sweet, and they're just not good, in my opinion. Yeah, having this now, this is definitely reaffirming my original thought when I had this on tap. That, unless I'm really, really not remembering a wit beer that I had that I liked so much, this is probably the best wit beer that I've ever had. I'd like to say that means a lot. Does it really? Probably not, only because I can't tell you how many wit beers I've had in the last 5 years. Not many. But of the ones I've had, this is, I think this is probably my favorite one that I've had. And that's because it is a little different, but it also still stays true to the style, where I think it still fits within the style. And I wouldn't say, well, it is my favorite version of it, but that's only because they kind of, cut a bunch of corners, and it's not really a traditional. No, like German Hefeweizens are different. I do try to drink a lot of those. I like those a lot. But the Belgian wit beers, I just don't usually. And usually most of the breweries who make them are just not very good. There's some pretty good breweries that try to make traditional German Hefeweizens, and they're really nice. But there's not too many breweries that try to make Belgian wits. Not too many good ones. So, when there is a brewery that I think is really good that does try to make one, I really appreciate it. I have had some like wild wits, not too recently, but within the last couple of years, that I thought were really good. But this is definitely this is not wild. It's clean and dry, so I wouldn't put those in the same category. Most of the stuff that they put in the 750s are generally cheaper than the AWAS bottles that are in the 500 milliliters. But even those are like 14 to 16 usually for 750. This was $10 for 750, which I know it's a pretty simple beer, but I think it's fantastic. And so for $5 a pour, I mean, that's just a regular bar price for a beer, and I think it's absolutely worth it. I might buy another one of these now, because I just wanted to have it one more time to remember, how much I really liked it, and I do really like this. So I might buy another. I bought 2 of them, but I bought one to share with some people in Pittsburgh, so I might get another one just to crack open down here whenever I feel like it. Unfortunately, I wish I could have gotten this when it came out in like July. Because that would have been perfect. Now, I mean, it was hot today, and today while I was standing out in line for Swansea Day, it was Swansea Day at Fonta, Flora. That's how I picked this up today, which is a great time, by the way. Now that it's still hot here, but I know it's not going to be like that for very long. Probably only a couple more weeks. It's not going to get cold right away, but it won't be necessarily like lawnmower beer weather. So. Yeah, especially at $10, this is absolutely a buy for me. I would recommend anyone who likes their stuff to try this out. It is it's pretty unique, but it still stays true to the style, and it's just another awesome beer by these guys. They continue to show that they're not just good at one or two things; that they have a whole plethora of styles that they can knock out of the park. So definitely look for this guy. But that's all I have on this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.